What is the biggest guild in the game? I mean, there's been a lot of super guilds lately, but we know the biggest player has 2 billion power, 2.1 billion ODAD has. But what about 66 and Hope and Bingo? Those guys are big names too. Well, today we're rocking the old outfit with a pink shirt, which looks terrible, and we are deep diving. We're doing a little fanboy action. We're going to visit FBI on this special episode of Pimp My Arc.
So you wanna be a player, but you weren't too smart. You gotta hit Melt up to get a pimp out of.
So everyone, thank you very much to Peace&War for inviting us to do this episode. He is a member of FBI. If you want to take a look at the roster, here you go. Bingo, Hope, 66, the list goes on. Their total power, their total guild power is 18 billion. Billion! I mean, a lot of guilds were super excited to hit 1 billion, 2 billion. People were freaking out when we saw 5 billion. But their combined power is 18 billion. And right now, at the time of filming, we are in the round of 4, Season 8 Galactic Battle. They did win Season 8. We're in round of 4. They did win the Season 4, and I think they were runner-up in Season 6 or something like that. But now they have absorbed ALD, ALD's biggest player. So FBI is a massive super guild, and we're here to do an episode of Pimp My Arc for Peace&War. So, of course, I did the interview with Peace&War, and I said, tell me about the account. What are you doing? What's excited? What's it like to be on FBI? I've been a huge fan for a long time. Anyone that watches the live streams knows that, I kind of geek out for these big guilds because, I don't know, man, it's just they are the top. They are the meta-defining guilds that are defining where our commanders are going eventually, even if we're not there yet, right? But I got tier 12 now. I'm catching up. Boys. The thing about Peace&War is that he is a very knowledgeable player. And of course, right, he's a community member, he's in a big guild, he's got the avatar border to prove it. So there's not a lot about the account and the gems that is going to be difficult or I need to dissect. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. I'm going to talk about the more fun and interesting things. Man, I'm doing crazy color work with my camera here. I'm turning white and gray and orange. Anyway, we're going with it. This is what happens when you wear a pink shirt. Anyway, so he is a ghillie main. Nothing crazy here. 450,000 ghillie main, level 60 non-violent resistance. He's rocking dodge, damage, right? So he's probably using the new tier 12 infantry, which really rewards having the extra damage, so you get more shields. It goes well with infantry. It's still being unpacked. Personally, I would have liked the Wrath from the Stars, but not if you're using the new tier 12 infantry. So it's kind of a weird setup. I think he has a little too much dodge going on. Personally, I would take one off. If he choose the Void or Nixaw, not both. So what we're going to do today is we are going to destroy these Nixaw. He told me, Melt, you've never made a level 40 piece of gear, right? I said, nope. He said, do you want to make one? I said, yep. He's like, all right, you can destroy my level 39 Nixaw and bump my level 39 Fearless, was it? Was it his Fearless? Oh, God, I hope I don't get that wrong. What's close to level 39? What's level 39? Uh-oh. Let me double check my notes here. Okay, so after redoing the math in my head, this is how it's going to work. We are going to take Gilly's pants, remove them. We're going to recycle them, and then we are going to upgrade the Fearless pants. I want to make sure no one's wearing them. I probably could have just checked the inventory. Beautiful. All right, so you'll notice that we have a weird predicament here. We only have 2 primary AIs, but our gear is starting at level 34. So we are going to recycle a level 39 piece of gear, use all those bots plus these, and take it up to 40. So let's make sure that works by going here, choosing recycle, grabbing the 39, confirming everything. Remember, the gems get destroyed, but you get back 80% of the Spirit Stone and Geist Stone. Plus, at level 39, you get 5 primary AIs back. So 80% of the 3rd and 4th gems, plus 5 primary AIs. This looks correct. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom! That's a big recycle. And actually, we can scrap one of those together now. I saw he has Spirit Stones and Geist Stones. We could probably make 2 more of those. So now what we need to do is we need to upgrade these pants. So here we go. Let's take... it's going to be a wasted bot. It would have been nice to have a minor AI bot instead of a primary AI bot. But we'll go ahead and use this one because he said we could. God, that is an expensive bot. These are very expensive bots. For those of you that don't remember, the bots are as follows. Just one of those, not getting full value. So I'm only getting 73,000 gold from going from 30 to 35, 34 to 35. So I'm not really getting that full 218,000 value of what they're capable of. But that's only if you're going from 39 to 40. Remember, it gets a little more harder, a little more expensive. Going from 35 to 36 is only worth 124,000. So this level 36 to 40 transition is a very expensive shift. And of course, going from 41 to 45 is ridiculous, and 45 to 50 is unbelievably expensive. You're talking a couple $1,000s just per upgrade. But anyway, all right, let's get back to it. So we've got one primary AI down. We've got 6 more to go. We're going to go ahead and keep pumping this up, 35 to 36. Look at those stats. It's really not much. Remember that the stats from going from 1 to 2 is the same as going from 36 to 37. They don't scale any better as you get higher, but you can only wear so much gear. You can only get so much research, so every stat helps. Although, if you haven't finished your research, that's probably more important than taking a piece of gear above level 30. So, yeah, for those of you guys that are trying to figure out what the hell, when you're ever going to get a level 40 piece of gear, yeah, it's a long ways out. I don't even have any 40 gear, do I? I think I'm at 38. But, all right, there's 38. And for the very first time on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, a level 40 piece of gear? Is it the first time? It might not be the first time, but it's very cool. 100% HP, damage reduction 30%. That does work on tear space. My only gripe to this new build, and he'll need to gem that. But my only gripe to this new build is that the new tier 12 infantry are probably going to do really well on Ghillie. It's just that we haven't fully mapped them out. It does seem like glass cannon builds with having first strike is going to make infantry really strong with the new troops, but we just haven't seen it yet. I'm going to be switching mains soon. Probably by the time this goes live, I might have switched mains. That's interesting. But there we go. That's one part of this episode. He said he's also been playing with Robin. He's been trying to do the Project Robin thing and seeing how Robin kind of stacks up in peak contests. There's a lot of small Rogers in peak contests that you can try out disable comms. Remember, Robin has a 60% disable skill. It disables their skills, disables their gems. Like Plasma doesn't blow up. Death Rattle doesn't work on Hoodoo, assuming he kills troops. But it's a cool skill, and the 20% is basically like Libra's Riposte guaranteed hit. It doesn't like crit or anything. It's not a hard hit, but it's still something. It's still a guaranteed hit in a weird way. But he says the same as what we always found. Robin just kind of lacks the overall damage output. He's just kind of a lose-less commander that has some cool utility value. Fun for small capital skirmishes, but not to main. Okay. He was also trying with Rita. He said that he'd been playing around with Rita a little bit. Also found her to be a little disappointing. And he said, let's go ahead and just take that Rita and pump her into Robin. He's not done playing with Robin. So while we're here, we'll just absorb our Rita right into our Robin. Goodbye, Rita. She's a hard commander to get to S-Class, but he poured 10,000 leadership into her. Way too much leadership. And she's not too hard to get back. And there's no rush to get her to S-Class. So there we go. There's Rita. All right, now, of course, this is Pimp My Arc. So we do need to give some recommendations and at least some advice so other players out there that are in a similar situation or on the way to this level, they can relate and take something back. So, well, the first thing is he's got a solid main. He's got Ghillie, top commander, good one slot bust, nothing wrong there. He's in a good guild, which most people can't help that. But his main thing is that he's still rocking 21 buildings. You notice that? If you click over here, he still has bridge hall stuff that isn't being built. So his cargo hull 21, still got to build it. And he needs the armored hull, which he's currently building. So he's still got to finish his 21 to 22 research. Ooh, let's finish this video with a release. And once he's done that, once he's finished all the buildings, which is his priority, he needs to go into his research tab and make sure he's got everything caught up. So it looks like he has all the basic research except airship mastery. That is essential, and he's working on it. You can actually see he's working on it right now, but you need that airship mastery because it does work on advanced troops. Advanced research doesn't work on basic troops, but basic research works on advanced troops. And it looks like he made a little bit of an error here. He has all 3 tier 10. really, the benefit from Tier 9 to Tier 10 is just the tier itself. The damage, the defense, it's really not that big of a deal, and they're the same dual troop types. Going from Tier 10 to Tier 11 is big, Tier 11 to Tier 12 is big, but Tier 9 to Tier 10, it's really a kind of an expensive purchase that you don't need, especially if you're not Tier 11. Once you're Tier 11, you might consider going back and getting another Tier 11 just to really mix up your strength and weaken marches. But because he chose to go Sirius and Rhea, he is not Tier 11. So big mistake there, but that's okay. I mean, honestly, it's not the end of the world. Getting this stuff isn't that expensive. It's a decent setback, but for those of you guys wondering, don't get Tier 10 unless you plan on using a ton of them. Speaking of which, he knows what he's doing with his research there. He's got some basic stuff here. Exile and Force Field. These are super fun. If you don't have these, get these as soon as you can. Big data investment. He's got the cash increase, 250%. Very nice. And he's got some work to do on the basic stuff. The auto collector, increased gathering speed. Yeah, it's okay. But what can we look at that's interesting? What do we look at? Army size. Army size. All right, let's take him out in Ace and see what happens. Oh, free magazines. Thank you very much. All right. Love that new feature. All right, let's go to Ace and pick a fight with somebody. Take our ghillie out. Let's auto load. We've got a decent march. Max slots in the front row. 450,000 leadership. That's no joke. That's a good march. He'll do some serious damage here. All right, let's pick a challenger. Who's our opponent here? I think that Dr. Evil is in our guild. No, let's reset. Who we got? Anyone we know? 120 million power. Isn't that guy in our guild too? Jesus. All right. Let's take USS Ford. I think I know him. USS Ford, 116 million power, Plasma Rogers Vega. So Gilly should do okay against this. Rogers Vegas are always bad, and Plasma's going to take a lot of her infantry out along the way. Tier 10 infantry melts. Okay, so he's Tier 7 on the front row. This is going to be easy. All right. Isn't he 100 million account, though? Yeah, here. Well, this is only a little bit of Tier 9. This is going to be easy. What's going on here? Did I read this wrong? All right, well, we're going to smash him. All right, where's this Vega at? There's the Tier 10. And we are a little bit bigger. That infantry in the back is actually concerning me. Look how many Tier 9 he has there. Those are going to crush through us if he triggers a breakdown. Those are really dangerous. So, here comes a big breakdown. But, there they go. Non-violent resistance, though. Okay, now we got our super hit back. It's like the glass cannon builders. So far, I think we have the edge here. We've got 2 slots taken care of. He did not trigger breakdown. So we're going to win this thing. USS Ford, sit down. Buy a GMC. Probably not. I don't want to get into economy talks and politics, but it's Gerald Ford. He's named after the president, the American president, okay? Anyway, we win that. Well done, Peace and War. Nice ghillie. I can't wait to get my ghillie upgraded. So it's got a nice main, got a nice army. Let's end this on a release and say, Peace and War, just get to it, man. Keep building your main up. Finish your 22 buildings. Get out there with FBI and win some galactic battles. Get some more of these Spirit Stones. And for those of you guys wondering what we did with these extra Spirit Stones, I got 127, 120. Should we merge them? Yeah, let's merge this one. You gained a Geist Stone. That's it? Oh, look how pretty it is. All right, let's make another one. Spirit Stone. You gained a Spirit Stone. Oh, that is so awesome. This is the coolest Pimp My Orc I've ever done. All right, let's end it on a release. Let's get something fun. Who's a fun commander to end this video on? And then we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guess in your head. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Infantry, airship, walker, all types, Grievous? He's airship. It's got to be a fun commander. Who's a fun commander? That's always the life of the party. All right, 3, 2, 1. It's Kraken. He's the party animal. Solid ending. Rocket. All right. More like a stripper, but different kind of party. All right, this is a Christmas language channel. We shouldn't say things like this. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed taking a look at what it's like to be behind the scenes at FBI. And wish them luck. Go root them on this galactic battle. By the time this goes live, they'll probably already be either have won it or in the finals. So, hey, there's always next season. All right, that's it. End of video. My name is Mel. Thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. Oh, for those of you that were wondering what he's doing in Peak Contest, this is it. Now, for the record, this is actually backwards. What you want to do is you want to put the new troops in the front. Yeah, the new troops go in the front because they're a little more tanky when they pop that shield. They don't They might hit it. I don't know. Gilly's build is a little bit sketchy at the moment. But yeah, there you go. All right.